As we explore the inspiring stories of people in the Bible who experienced a change of heart, we find important lessons about how God's grace can transform us. These stories not only teach us about history and theology, but also offer helpful guidance for anyone wanting to serve others with a renewed spirit and a compassionate heart. One well-known example is the story of King David, described as a man after God's own heart, in 1 Samuel 13:14. Although David made serious mistakes, he deeply repented and asked God for a clean heart in Psalm 51. David's story shows us that even when we fail, God's grace can renew us, bringing us to true repentance and a stronger commitment to serving others. Another powerful story of transformation is that of the Apostle Paul. His conversion on the road to Damascus, as told in Acts 9, is an amazing example of God's grace. Once a fierce persecutor of Christians, Paul's heart was changed by God, and he became one of Christianity's most important leaders. Paul's story reminds us that God can transform even the hardest hearts, enabling us to fulfill his purpose through a life of service. We can also look at Peter, a fisherman who became a key leader in the early church. Despite his denial of Jesus, Peter was forgiven and empowered by God, becoming the rock on which the church was built. Peter's transformation shows that even after failures, a renewed heart can lead to surprising and impactful roles in serving others. These stories show us that a new heart doesn't just change us personally, it also prepares us to serve others and reveals God's grace in action. These biblical figures serve as role models for anyone who wants to help others in a world that needs God's love and compassion. By studying these stories, we learn not only about faith, but also practical ways to live a life of service filled with kindness and grace.